Hey everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at the quadratic formula and how it's used to solve a quadratic equation. Now, an important thing to know about the quadratic formula, and really the reason we use it is the only method that works every single time, no matter what your quadratic equation looks like. Whether it's factorable, whether it's not factorable, the quadratic formula works for everything. I wouldn't say it should be your go-to method. I would say factoring is a lot faster, and it's not near as long of a process as opposed to the quadratic formula. But again, you could technically use a quadratic formula to solve any quadratic equation, as long as, again, it's in standard form and set equal to 0, just like when we were factoring these. All right, let's take a look at a quick example here. So we got 7x squared plus 10x equals negative 3. Again, the first thing I want to do is start by making sure that my quadratic equation is in standard form. I'm going to move the 3 over to the other side and set it equal to 0. All right, now we can label our A, our B, and our C. That's where all of the pieces of our quadratic equation are coming from, those coefficients in our quadratic equation. All right, now let's go ahead and start solving this thing. We're just plugging this in like any other formula. So we have negative b, so that's negative 10, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's 10 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 7, times c, which is 3, all over 2 times a, which is 7. Okay, so now that we've plugged all of our numbers in, we're going to go ahead and start solving this now. I get x equals negative 10 plus or minus. Let's deal with everything that's inside the square root. 10 squared is 100. 4 times 7, 28 times 3, that should give me 84 when I multiply that. Okay, so it's 100 minus 84, all over 2 times 7, which is 14. Now I know 100 minus 84, that's going to give me 16, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in too. And now we can go one step further with this one. So let's go x equals 10 plus or minus the square root. Well, actually, we already have that. The square root of 16 we know is 4 over 14. All right, so pretty quickly we're able to start condensing, simplifying until we're down to this step here. Now we have this weird looking plus or minus sign in the middle here. What that means is it's just, we know that most of our quadratic equations have two solutions. All right, so we're going to have two different solutions to this one. Okay, we're going to have 10 plus 4 over 14, and we're also going to have 10 minus 4 over 14. Sorry, that's a negative 10. I think I forgot to put that there. All right. So over here, we have negative 10 plus 4, which is negative 6 over 14, which is going to give me negative 3 over 7. Okay, so that's one of our solutions. And our second solution here, we have negative 10 minus 4. That's going to give me negative 14 over 14, which is negative 1. And that's where my other solution is going to come from. Sorry, I started to run out of space there at the end. All right, so that's pretty much your two solutions, negative 3/7 and negative 1. This one actually was a factorable one, so you could actually just have factored this and gotten the same answer. But just for the sake of using the quadratic formula, you see that you'll get the same answer whether you factor it or use the quadratic formula. Also, again, you'll notice that there is two solutions to this.